check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, man. We back. Goodfellow Sports TV. Another boxing video. And basically, they stripped Canelo Alvarez, okay? That's what happened. They stripped Canelo Alvarez and made him an honorable champion. All right, shout out to Dan Rayfield for doing an article about it. Canelo is pretty much stripped of his title. Okay, that's what happened. Canelo got stripped of the WBC title. He did want to fight Charlo. Secretly, they told him you had to fight Jermall Charlo. If you didn't fight Jermall Charlo, then you had to give up the title. So they created the franchise champion as a way for him to get out of fighting Jermall Charlo and save face. But let's tap in and talk about it. Goodfellow Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And I so happened to go to Dan Rayfield's page on Twitter, and I surf around the internet for stories, and I found it, man. And I found exactly the explanation in the article. Says Canelo loses title, now WBC franchise champion. So you gotta get credit where credit is due. I'm not one to hold my sources or act like I got some shit, you know, and I made it up myself. I ain't cut like that. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. And shout out to Dan Rayfield. When you do your job and you do it like this, then shit, we ain't gonna have no problems. But ain't nobody ever healthy. I mean, ever 100% happy with nobody. He said the WBC announced Wednesday that Alvarez has been classified as his organization's so-called franchise champion, something the organization recently created, and that interim title holder Jermall Charlo has been elevated to being the full world title holder. When Alvarez outpointed Danny Jacobs on May 4th in the highly anticipated title unification bout, he claimed the third major 160-pound world belt. But now he is down to two with the WBC's latest move, which adds another layer to the confusion in the boxing alphabet soup belts. And it goes on to say, okay, I read that part. He said, in announcing the move, the WBC said that it's created a franchise champion tag during its recent mid-year meetings in Honolulu, where WBC Board of Governors approved in the vote. The franchise champion is a special designation that in status which the WBC has bestowed to a current WBC world champion, who is also an elite boxer who has achieved and maintained the highest of stature in the sports. The WBC, in its explanation, the organization added the WBC made upon of 2/3 votes of the Board of Governors. Okay, that don't matter. Okay, let's get to the good shit. Give me a minute. Okay. He said WBC, said the designation was made via mutual agreement between Alvarez, Golden Boy, Alvarez promoter. Indeed, Golden Boy was not at all upset with the reclassification, even if it means Alvarez is no longer the WBC title holder. We are very happy and glad that Canelo is being recognized. Golden Boy promotion Eric Gomez told ESPN on Thursday, we think it's an honor for Canelo to be elevated to the franchise champion. It goes to show that he is being recognized for all his accomplishments. And WBC said part of the designation requires Alvarez or any franchise champion. Alvarez is the only one at this point to participate in a minimum of 2 social responsibility events every year, organized in conjunction with the WBC. With Canelo appointed as a franchise champion, the WBC interim champion Jermall Charlo is now confirmed as the WBC champion of the world. So, hey, Jermall Charlo is the real champion. So at the end of the day, it didn't for his sanctioning fees, and I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. I thought he got a little trinket belt. I thought it was a super and regular type of belt with the WBA. Jumped the gun, so I apologize for jumping the gun. Okay, Jermall Charlo still rock with you, always rock with you. So he ain't a sucker. Okay. Basically, Canelo got stripped. He ducked him. They created the franchise champion to help him save face. So that's what it boiled down to. So, Canelo is the real. Canelo, only got 2 belts at middleweight, and he may be looking to vacate the other 2 belts. So, Charlo is a real WBC champion. So he's a real 2-time 2-weight division champion or title holder. So at the end of the day, with Canelo only being down to 2 and possibly dropping the IBF and then dropping the Super WA belt if he moving up fighting Kovalev and don't plan to do nothing at 160. So now, it opened the door for Andrade and Charlo to get it on. And then, possibly if Canelo dropped the IBF, Derevchenko be in the position to fight for that. And then the WBA, I'm not sure. I know Murata and Brad Brandon's fighting the rematch for the regular title. So pretty much, Canelo probably going to be dropping them 2 belts later. So Danny Jacobs pretty much leaving the division at the wrong time, but you can't control how your body grow. So Canelo, that's why Canelo not going to fight Demetrius Andrade. He's not going to be undisputed, so it makes no sense for him to risk it to try to get that damn belt. You heard me? So he ain't never fighting Andrade. So people were saying in the chat, man, I can't believe you can't see this. They setting up an Andrade Lucky fight. Nope, it ain't. Canelo Alvarez, okay? Canelo Alvarez is down to 2 belts. So it ain't no point for him to go take the tough fight with Demetrius Andrade in his mind. So at the end of the day, I told people, man, that Canelo he didn't want to fight Boo Boo. He didn't want to fight Boo Boo. He didn't want to fight Jermall or Jamel. He was supposed to fight James the night he fought James Kirkland in San Antonio. And when Jermall was on Golden Boy, they was supposed to set up Jermall Charlo and Canelo. And they promised Jermall Charlo that fight, of course, come out his mouth. They promised him that fight, and they never delivered it. So he said he wrote his release. He wrote his release from the company. So he no longer wanted to be there after they broke their promise. And they know they was wrong, and they granted him his release. So at the end of the day, it's documented. Canelo Alvarez was at 155 pounds, right? He was at 155. And Demetrius Andrade got stripped of his belt due to inactivity. Soon as Liam Smith beat Liam Williams, Canelo Alvarez came back down and fought him for his belt. Why did he come back down and fight? Why didn't he come back down and fight Demetrius Andrade? So at the end of the day, these Mexican fans or these pro Canelo fans can play the roles all they want to. He got stripped for ducking Jermall Charlo, and the WBC created a fake franchise champion to help him save face. They not doing that for no black man. They not. They ain't even doing that for Floyd Mayweather. Then they created a franchise champion. He probably gave them more money than any other fighter in history. So that's why I don't be respecting these dudes, man. And when you speak on inequality or injustice in this world, as a black person, you're deemed crazy or you're just being too sensitive or something like that. Yeah, nigga, I'm being sensitive. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the injustice. I'm gonna talk about the inequality. Cause it's bull jive. It's true bull jive. And us as black people, we tired of that. Especially black people that know our history. We tired of the injustice and the bull jive. We deserve better. And with Jermall Charlo, I'm happy, man. I misunderstood. I apologize to that brother. He is the real champion. They stripped Canelo. Now they can't strip him of his dignity. He done been, all the layers been stripped of his dignity. He don't have no dignity. He don't have no honor. His honor is not intact. In my King Earner voice, we've been snatched his honor, but the WBC snatched a little bit of honor he got left. So he go up there when it's time to retire, or he go up there and say I was a real fighter, and people try to lie and say, "Oh yeah, he was a real fighter." No, he wasn't. Just like Chavez, he had a ton of assistants on the way, a ton of it, and I never forget this. I lived through this. This is our modern day Chavez Jr. A clown, a mark, a sissy, a coward, protected. The only difference was Chavez was protected by Don King, a black man. Okay? So we understood clearly now that our boy Jermall Charlo is the real WBC champion. Canelo has been stripped. Go share this video. Tell your homeboys, tell your homegirls, tell people that don't even care about boxing. But it's Goodfella Sports TV. I appreciate the love and support. Got much love for everybody to support the channel. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsor, video request. Check out our sponsor, The Help Blaze, at thehelpblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1 Boxing. Get you 18% off their 100% all natural products. Check them out one time for the one time. Goodfella Sports.